up a little bit, but I'm gonna definitely call Nick. Shout out to the Queen. So this is PSA Philly service announcement. Takeover Tuesday, takeover. Love, support, grace, social activism, resources, and art. I am the assist. I don't know how much assisting I've been doing these last couple of days, but I'm still me. I'm still, you know, being self-sustained through taking care of the people. You feel what I'm saying? That's my thing. The more that you give, you gonna get that back. You feel what I'm saying? And that can really go both ways, even if that's not your intent. But you know, the Queen, Nick, Raw Cannon. Shout out to all the cannons, Molly and Zach. You know, I just want to shout out all the black people in my life, yo. I love every single one of y'all. And my intent is always to be better for y'all and make sure y'all good. Do I fall short? Of course I do. And you know, I say that a lot has happened in the last maybe like month. You know what I'm saying? A lot has happened. And, you know, again, I'ma just say anybody that I have hurt in any type of way, yo, my intent was never that. I don't move around as a man that tries to like intentionally hurt you or play with you. If I did it, it was an error in my judgment because I thought I was doing what was right at that moment. And I'm willing to admit that I can be wrong. I'm not wrong about everything because I was wrong about that. It don't change who I am as a man and what my intent always is because I was wrong about that. But period, point blank, I was wrong and I apologize. And at that, I'm going to move apologetically. But I'm not going to let anybody just, because I did something wrong, just make something up about me or say that I was doing things that I wasn't doing. You know, so that's my thing. That's when I'm a respond and try to defend myself, or I'm going to fall back. Because I know what my intent is every space that I move in, yo. With every person that I deal with, man, woman, or child, I know what my intent is, and it's always the love on black people. And if we can take that love to a different place, I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how we supposed to work together. I know how that's supposed to go down. Men and women, men and men, women and women, adults and children, the young folks and our elders. Like, I know how these things are supposed to go down. So, can I falter? Of course. Do I strive to be perfect? Of course, even though I know I can't be. So I always say my track record is what it is. And most people that know me know, like, all right, he might have been moving too fast. He might have didn't remember. He might have thought it was good strategy at the time. He might have even said, mind your business, because it's really not nothing for you to know. And I know the way I just said that, it might not come off correct. It won't come off correct. But it's like, yo, I'm just saying it's not really important to what we doing. You don't need to tell everybody everything. Because what they really going to do with the information is going to create shit. But sometimes you can be an error in judgment because the shit going to come out anyway. Or they don't take it how you thought they would take it. When you thought you was doing something to protect their feelings, just not give them information that they don't need. For what? When how we moving is cool. And I ain't just talking about male-female relationships, but that's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. This for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to always lean on what I lean on and lean on my track record. And you could say, yo, I do the same thing a lot, you know. If we saying 100% of the time, what's my percentage of being good to you intentionally? Trying to build with you intentionally. Trying to build you up intentionally. Try to put you around good people intentionally. And do that always happen how it's supposed to happen? No. And in those moments, if I know I made a strategic error in how I was doing something, I have to apologize. I have to be apologetic. But I'm still going to maintain my intent was not to just play with you or deceive you or hurt you. You feel what I'm saying? Because I really usually don't deal with people intimately that I don't believe that we can't go far together. Do it always happen? No. My friends, my brothers, the people I call my brothers, I don't just be dealing with anybody on purpose. So when I'm in there with you and I'm rocking with you, it's like I tell people, like, if you a snake, I'm gonna just get bit because I don't choose a whole bunch of people. But if I made an error in my judgment it was never no ill will or no malice intent. Cause I don't even want to be around people and be that close to them if I'm playing with them, and I'm snaking them and I'm being deceptive to try to get what I want, to be selfish or to try to get something out of them. 9 times out of 10 is because I don't think the information gonna make it better for us. That's one. And in most cases, these are very like select times for me, because most times I'm an open book and I tell you my whole life story. And people can match up the stories, because that's another thing. People could feel how they feel, but when you go talk to other people, it's like, all right, well, who is he for real? Like, and we can match up a lot of stuff in intimate spaces with me, where nobody and not a lot of people is at, and in public spaces. And you could ask a wide berth of people that have known me in a lot of different situations. And they gonna tell you like, no, boy, the thing I always say, boy, good dude. And my intent is always to be that. I've never been a dude to play games with people. You might not know all that you want to know. I might not be around you as much as you want me to be around you, but I don't play games with people. Like, I really be into what I'm into. Sometimes I don't deal with people because I don't want to play with them. And I know that, the situation is ripe for that. So, I got this CCIP shirt on, Community Crisis Intervention Program. I'm supervisor coordinator of that. We have a very dynamic team. We're going to do a lot of amazing things in the 18th district. You know what I'm saying? I want to definitely shout out my whole team, everybody that's rocking and rolling with us, for all the work y'all have done up to this point and all the work that we about to do together. My brother Zuberi, Wasima, Junebug, Ant, Mill, young brother, he 19. I'm so hyped about being able to help him with this opportunity. I appreciate a lot about him. He just dropped me off. Adrian, you know what I'm saying? So Miss Marion, always shout out to Miss Marion. I just want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you, Queen. And and Ty and Brittany. So necessary. Yeah, I mean, Ty, like, funny boy, Ty is so necessary. Like, but listen, man, I appreciate all those brothers and sisters, all those black people, because it's a beautiful thing to employ black people, yo, with the idea of them growing to their own shit, organizations, whatever they want to get into, ownership, whatever, be able to employ other black people, for profit and non-profit. I like to just be a part of something. Like, I played some part in how you able to take care of yourself. And I think that shit is live. Like, and I encourage other people to do that same thing. Like, that's why I do it. I don't do it to be like, yo, look at what I'm doing. That's never really my thing. Like, that's never my thing. But I do acknowledge it for myself, because it makes me feel like more of a man to be in these spaces, and people can say like, damn, he added to my life in a very positive way. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's some shit that goes down that is like, we don't deal with each other or whatever, like, it's just like, yo, this might have happened, but look at all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anytime we was together, making moves together, being productive together, this is what it really looked like, and this is the type of love that he showed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always good with that. But Eddie's House, definitely Cornerstone Drop-In Center. We changing the food to Wednesdays now. We got the summer enrichment program, 25 young folks. I think we might have about 12. 13, I could be wrong. You can come on down and get the number corrected. But we doing it for 6 weeks. It started today. We still taking young folks from K to 12th grade. We got a lot of different things going on. We're gonna be showing children about AI. We're gonna show children about fitness, your health. We're gonna do a little bit of agriculture stuff. We're gonna do some environmental justice stuff. We're gonna do some solar stuff as an actual skill set that you can learn with this. Shout out to the whole Eddie's House school district crew. I don't even know if that's how they call themselves, but they all community navigators, and we have 5 community navigators in different schools. I don't remember the schools right now, but we in 5 different schools. But look at the Eddie's House website, or come on down the center and we can go, or come to the Able Center on 5238 Chestnut Street, or MCCP. We be in that building. It's on 51st and Spruce. It's a church. That's a lot of our like credible messenger stomping ground because we in the 18th district, 55th and Pine, around 55th and Pine. And, you know, the thing that we're doing is we're doing prevention through outreach. Like, we just try and build foundations in the community so people can know that we're there, we're around. If you need anything, like, we want to be, we warriors out here. You know what I mean? We got multiple tasks and things that we can come at you with. You know, we could be like some staffing at the rec centers, at the YMCA. We could do our own programming, which we do have programming that we're going to do. We're going to be having events. We do mediations. We do circles. We do think tanks. We're going to be doing grant writing parties to show people how to take advantage of these smaller grants that's out here that could serve our community, something that the block captains can really be getting into and get behind, where we can show, we can have a grant party. We can have circles teaching these block captains about RCI, about restorative practices and restorative principles and what different types of circles are. We definitely want to do a lot around the women in the 18th district to try to, you know, build some type of coalition of women in the 18th district. And it's funny because the 18th district is a very diverse district, considering Baltimore Avenue and Penn is in the building, you know, Penn. And people siphoning off all of the resources. I'm from Southwest, around that area, and I'm from 52nd and Pentridge, and I know what Penn does. You know, it's very predatorial. You know what I'm saying, and how it's eating up neighborhoods. And it's not the only college that's doing it, and it's not the only place in America that is happening. And it's happening in almost every city. The colleges are very, and the developers are very predatorial. You know, Philadelphia, we do have a housing crisis. That's something else we're going to talk about, because that's something that leads to gun violence, people having nowhere to go, nowhere to live, nowhere to get a good 8-hour sleep from, you know, or 6 or whatever that's comfortable. You know what I mean? We have a lot of levels of homelessness in the city, because if you living with somebody and you don't have anything in your name and you moved in with these folks, you are in a level of homelessness. So that's something that we really have to deal with and tackle. And our young folks are really out here. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be doing so much in the 18th district. Again, shout out to my whole team with CCIP. We definitely gonna make things happen. Shout out to Cornerstone, Carlita, Niche. Get better. That Achilles is a real thing. I'm praying. I'm positive. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you be able to get back to full strength and be moving around, because I really, really appreciate you believing in everything that I've done. You know, knowing me for as long as you've known me, knowing my family intimately the way you know my family, and it's like, you was one of the people that believed so much that it's like you came around, you know what I'm saying? And you start working at it, and you know what I'm saying? It ain't all been smooth, but I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? And there's still more to come, so I definitely want you to get better soon. Achilles tear is a real thing, man. I kind of feel like an ACL or something would have been a little bit better, as crazy as that may sound, you know what I mean? But I've seen it from watching sports and seeing people have that injury, so listen, we gotta be on the men. We gotta get this joint together. You know what I'm saying? So, but spinning back to the summer enrichment, definitely bring the young folks down. Like, we got 25 spots. We probably can do more. You know what I'm saying? I think we probably got about 13, 14 young folks right now. Like I said, we doing it from K to 12th grade. It's from 10 in the morning to 3 p.m. Every day at 2321 North Broad and 2331 North Broad, right by each other. They on the same campus. So if you want to sign your young folks up, come on down. If they from K through 12, you know, we do definitely got a lot of good things going on, and we always adding stuff on, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, we teaching them solar stuff. We teaching them AI. We teaching them how to make apps. Shout out to my brother Jason Katika. Shout out to my whole Black Diamond Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? We around. Even though it look like it, we not. We really is, because we have people in some strategic places. It's just us coming together and making sure it happens how it's supposed to happen. And then people like really truly being serious, because it's, you know, if you thinking I might be talking about you, I probably am talking about you as far as being like serious about this. Because I know I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, and I'm still around. Shout out to my burning boats brothers. Y'all already know what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm really, whether it's here right now, well, not here, but being said, or we having conversations or not, that's a part of everything that I'm doing, and I'm still in motion because of that. You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna connect. We gonna make some things happen. we really gonna be out here in the community doing what you supposed to do. As men, as women, as black people, as African people of African descent. So the other thing I want to talk about, and I'm looking forward to having these folks next week, my PAR team, and I know I gotta get done with the interviews. I only need like 6 left, 16 to 24 years old, man or woman. If you are like in the mix or been connected to guns in any kind of way, what I'm really trying to find out is what is gun culture in Philadelphia. That's one of the things. That's what we're trying to find out, and we want to use the data because we're talking about controlling the data. And for me, that's where we at. It's crazy because the 18th district is so funny how right while we doing CCP, it's going through a transition of trying to get more data because you can really do prevention. And my brother Ant says something. Damn, we went to shout out to Sarita. Shout out to my sister Sarita. She's a returning guest on here. She was on show 2. You know what I'm saying? I had to make sure she remembered that she was on show 2. If you really rock with the show, go back through YouTube. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Go back and look all the way back to April. I think that show was April 5th, April 6th, I think. Nah, it might have been like the 4th of 21, I think it was. Because I've been doing this for 2 years. I'm proud to say that. Like, I've really been consistent with this. I really love this. It's going to be a lot of ebb and flows with it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of changes going to be made, because I'm going to just stay down with it because I just like doing it. And this is cathartic for me. Like, people be like, yo, you need to go to therapy. And I really am going to go to therapy, yo. I know I keep saying it, and I got a person, too. So now I got a person. I just got to call her. And one of my issues with going to therapy, though, is like, I'm so in my head. I think I'm so fucking smart. and I know people be like, you think you know everything? And then be like, no, I really only talk about stuff that I know about. And being right, as much as people think being right is a thing, it's not really a thing. I'm okay, but I normally don't get into spaces where it's like, we talking about right and wrong from a standpoint of this is what happened. Not what we feel, but what happened. I'm talking about that. How you feel is a real thing. But I could feel like somebody stole from me because everything is kind of leaning towards the fact that they might have stole, but I don't know they stole, so how I'm going to treat them like a thief when I really, really don't know if they stole. You feel what I'm saying? And your feeling is, so it should be acknowledged, but you can't make that the thing if the facts is this person didn't steal this from you, or you have no proof that happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's that thing for me where I say it a lot. Your feelings are not the facts. So if we talking about right and wrong from the standpoint of the facts, that's a very clear thing. Either you did something, you didn't do something. If you did it, you are wrong. Like I said, recently, I made an error in judgment. I was wrong. I lied about something. But and when I first lied about it, I was like, I wasn't sure if I lied because I couldn't remember. I thought I had divulged the information on everything, so I'm standing on that for a couple minutes. And then it was over. And then the next, I thought about it all night. I said, damn, I need to apologize because I really don't fucking remember, and I know how I am. If I feel like it doesn't matter to what we're into or what we're doing, why do you need to know that information? So I could very well see myself saying no if I was asked. You feel what I'm saying? So I decided I'm going to apologize for this. I'm going to apologize for it being, for me, lying. I'm going to own up and I'm going to apologize for lying. And I'm going to give you the context of why I even told you what I told you. Like, it ain't, I'm going to give you the context of why, if I did do it, and I'm saying that I did it because I don't remember, so we going to lean on you fucked up, nigga. You lied. So now you got to apologize. I did that. But I can't allow you to just make me out to like I've been telling you all these lies or I've been making shit up, because that's not what happened. I made a strategic decision to say something or not say something, and it came back to haunt me. It came back for me to be confronted for it. Because I didn't think that the information mattered, so why even put that in the air? No, don't even worry about it. No, it didn't happen. Because that's how I know how I am in certain situations. Because another thing that I say is like, if a person is not tied, and this person was definitely tied, so me lying, that clearly affects them, and I have to apologize and take how it comes. But if I feel like there's no connection to the situation, what do you even need to know that information for? I will move on that, because just because a person just walks up to you and asks you a question, that don't mean you gotta answer it. It don't even mean you gotta answer it. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, because they're coming and asking you a question that they're not connected to anything around the question. It's just somebody coming and asking you something. So you don't have to tell them anything. You could lie, you could tell them the truth, you could say nothing. Because there's no reason why you have to tell this person anything, because them asking you a question doesn't make it like, just because somebody walk up to you and ask you something, you got to answer. You can say whatever the fuck you want. That's real shit. But in this situation, it wasn't that. She was connected. You know what I'm saying? So it is, I did what I did. I apologize, but I'm just not going to let anybody say that I'm all of these things because I did that I'm not. And I'm going to have a reaction to that, while still trying to not try, but still remain being apologetic. Like, yeah, I did wrong. You know what I'm saying? I definitely did wrong. And I thought about it, and I said, damn, another wise person told me that it's like you looking at the gravity of a thing. All of that person is looking at is that they hurt, and however they respond to being hurt, you gotta. It is what it is. You did it, and that's how I am. I did it, but again, alongside, because you upset, and because I did do that, I can't. It's like getting locked up. I ain't do all them robberies. I ain't just because I did this one. You gonna try to put all these Jones on me? I know people like that. I know people locked up like that. They got 3 and 4 cases because they did one. And it was easy, the court says what they is as it pertains to black people. So, you don't need no more shit for them to railroad you, because there's a bunch of motherfuckers that ain't do nothing and sitting in prison. And the shit is higher percentage-wise for black men, black people. We're more likely to get convicted for something we didn't do. So now you actually did something, so it's the pile-on effect is real. And I remember being in the Jones with cats, and they like, I ain't do these Jones, bro. Them other Jones, I did them. Or that other Jones, I did it. But now they trying to just and they done booked me on everything. I didn't do all that. And motherfuckers be fighting for that. And that's an extreme circumstance. But for me, I really do take, who I am, my character, how I carry it, everything. I take it serious. So I do have a reaction when more is being made of something than what it is, or what I did, or what I admitted to doing. And I'm really admitting to, because everything else checks out. Now it goes back to what I thought I was doing when I lied. I thought I was keeping you from having these thoughts in your heads. A thought in their head about something that's going on. It's not going on though. It wasn't going on, and I didn't want it to go on. But that particular thing did happen, and I know in my mind this is where it's going to lead to if I say yeah. But I probably said no, and I did say no, because I'm like, nah, why? We don't need to know that. And it's not why you need to know that. Like, that was over here when we wasn't even doing what you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even necessary. So I can see when a person's like, well, I was transparent with you. Why you lie? I had you up here, and then that fucked my whole joint up. I get it. But I still can't let you just make me into any old thing or any old person. Like, nah, I can't do that. So I'm going to apologize for being wrong, because I tell other people to move apologetically. But I'm not going to just let anybody make me into whatever they want because I did do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? That I can't do. And I'm not going to do, while still being like, yo, I totally get everything that you're saying. So, again, shout out to my team. Shout out to CCIP. Shout out to Cornerstone. Eddie's shout out. He need to come up with, I want to give recognition to. Maybe I should make it like that. I want to give recognition to Nick Raw Cannon as I look at the picture. I want to give recognition to my brother Miles. Shout out to, I said shout out again. Lil, I love this picture too, man. I love this little thing with not little thing, but I love this thing with the pictures, man. I got to get some more, man. I got to get reps back up here, man. Because y'all need, and folks got jobs now and all that, so they like, But I gotta get them together. I get the team all out. Y'all missed this money that was up here. But you know, folks got jobs, they got things going on. Little young folks trying to get themselves together. I greatly appreciate it. You know, and while working, you know, at ShopRite and all that. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Bino at the tire shop. Shout out to Black Diamond. You know what I'm saying? YB. Shout out to my brother, the tire shop, and everything going on down there. You know what I mean? Silza. King X. You know what I'm saying? We gotta talk too, man. Cause you know your boy got all types of love for you, man. We definitely gotta talk, brother. For real. So it's just a lot was going on in my life, man. Like I need to do some things for my brother I haven't been able to do. This is really therapy right here, right now. I was talking about that too. I probably went off on a tangent about some other stuff because shit really been real in my life this last month. You know what I'm saying? I thought shit was it because shit is really progressing. You know what I'm saying? All around me, I'm seeing people blossom and bloom. I'm also seeing crazy shit with folks too. You know what I'm saying? So because that's very prevalent. Like they fucked us up. You know what I'm saying? Our history when you see. And then it's like trying to battle through it and try to make proper decisions through this shit. Like, it's wild. And I always talk about us not knowing how to have relationships. Like, really. And I'm always just like, how do we? And then, you know, the shit go how it go. You know what I mean? I'm talking about it in the middle of it. Because I still got that shit going on with me, too. And again, like I said, for me, it's like the lying just to be lying or lying to play with people would be deceptive. I don't do that, but like I lie about omission because it ain't none of your business, and you don't need to know that. And 9 times out of 10, I have been right. But if that comes to me, I have to take it. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's hard for us to do in relationships, and it's hard because I know we deal with a lot of patterns where it's like, if you did do it, you always do it. The black man ain't, you know what I mean? Not saying that in my situation that's what it is, but I know a part of it is. You know what I mean? Because it's like, y'all just ain't right. And I thought you was right. And you do this, and it make me feel like y'all ain't right again. Even a dude like you ain't right. It's not right. I get it, because I need more of our brothers to be around too. So I don't got to deal with as much energy as I get from women. Not that I don't necessarily like it, but I don't like it at all times. Because it is a real thing. If you a sturdy dude, it's not a lot of sturdy dudes. And I know I'm a sturdy dude. Other people will tell you that's why I can say it. And I'm proud of it. And again, it's like, all right, I'm not going to do everything right, but I'm always going to keep saying this. It's never any malice intent. You know what I'm saying? The mission is never to break you or destroy you or hurt you or get back at you or be vindictive or play with you or juice you or milk you or whatever we calling it. I don't want to do none of that. I got too much other shit going on that's way more positive, and I like to hear that about myself. That's why I do it. You know, but it ain't enough of us out here. A lot of niggas is lying. A lot of niggas is bums, and I mean niggas, because that's what they turned us into, so that's how we be acting out. A lot of us is dumb. Where motherfucker won't read a book to say he sound dumb. Almost like sounding stupid is cool. I'll be listening to this shit like, what? Like nobody on? And then the people who got a little information be playing with it. And that's something I'm never going to let nobody say about me neither. Because again, I said about this show, it's 2 years of it. And ain't nobody going, like a lot of times, it only been a few times when a motherfucker even try to say something sideways about me. And other people were able to acknowledge that it wasn't true. So I ain't had to say nothing. Because what you saying I didn't do. I didn't. So I've been through that. But just like I said, 75%, 80% of the times when I'm doing shit, I'm on the right side of it. That's how I come. Like, the person be like, it's 100% how you was there for me. All right. It's always going to be more than less. That's why you want to still be around me. That's why people want to be around me. And I'm cool with it because I really want to be around my people. So I do these things to attract people to me. I'm genuine about how I help and want to help and assist because I want good people coming around me. So that when new people come, one of the benefits of being around me is you could be around good people. Do that always go how I plan? No. But majority of the time it do. Again, that percentage come into play. 75 person might be able to say 70, you know what I'm saying? But I take that all day. I take it all day. Because there's no way I'm going to get 100% out of nothing because like we always be saying, Nobody's perfect, but more than that, it just don't work out like that. You gonna have people that got you can't control people. That's something that I know. The law of attraction is very real, but you can't control what a person is going to do. You just can't. You could put yourself and things into particular places that you will yourself through. But with that will, you can't will another person to do anything. You can create stuff around them to kind of be deceptive or manipulative or maneuver people, as my aunt used to say. Like, sometimes you got to maneuver people so they can get the best, you know what I'm saying? Or get as much as you can give them or what they need, you know what I'm saying? And they might not like, they so far gone that you got to do different things to get them into it, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like an intervention, like a person be like, intervention is, it's not deceptive. It is, but you doing it for a good reason. And that's where I kind of say like maneuvering, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to maneuver people in the spaces, yo, that they wouldn't normally be in, you know what I'm saying, for them to get a benefit. So it's one of those things, man, where it's like I'ma keep being me. I like me. I face me. I've talked to me, you know what I'm saying? And I know how I do. So I like person get, you know, you can have your own read on me, man, and it's okay. Maybe I fell short, you know what I'm saying? I try not to, but it's phone calls that go unanswered. It's assignments that get missed. You know what I'm saying? Like it's times where I was supposed to follow up and I couldn't, or I didn't for a particular reason. It's times that I'm late. You know, it's times that I want to do things and I just can't. I don't have the ability to. So it's like I don't even want to be around because I can't do what I need to be doing. Now, how other people on the other end feel about that, I got to be honest about that too. It might feel like I ain't fucking with them, but it don't be that. I do be getting caught up in shit and just be rocking with it. You know, doing 20 years in prison, I be wanting to live my life. You know what I'm saying? I just be wanting to do what's happy for what makes me happy. And before the craziness went down, I was happy overall with my life. Like, I still am. Overall, I'm happy with my life. But just what was going on, I was happy with it. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a thing. And then I fucked it up. That's all I could tell you. I fucked it up. Because I made a strategic jump. And it didn't go right. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, summer enrichment. This really is my therapy. I gotta keep getting back to that. Cause really, I'm like, yo, I can really say this shit out loud. And people could be watching, they might not be watching, they could be listening, they might not listen. It's all gravy for me. Like, I'm real measured with this shit. Like, this shit make me feel better, yo. Coming up here and not just sitting here talking, you know, just talking on the show, you know, PSA. Philly service announcement. You see it. You know what I'm saying? You see it. But it's just, yo, I never come to the show and not want to do it. Like, even today. Sheesh. I don't come to the show and not want to do it, yo. I knew, like, I gotta come do this because however shit go down, I'm gonna be able to get on the mic and say how I feel and do that unapologetically and be very apologetic at the same time and find me some joy. And then after this, I gotta call my brother because I'm gonna go ahead and get me a workout in. You know what I'm saying? That's something else I've been doing a little bit more. Like, I gotta get back in my bag. Or I'm looking at some of these pictures and I'm like, wow. You was doing your ones and twos in that picture, but then I see another one like, yo, you was hitting at you. Yeah, I was small as shit in this picture right here. Like, people don't know, I probably was like 240 at this time. That's small for me, 240. like, dude, now this joint, the coat is kind of like hiding it. I'm probably like 255. I'm probably like the same size I am right now. Right now, I'm running around like 255. I want to be, you know, probably like 235, 240. I used to think my head was too big to get too small, but I realized, like, my body structure, I'm not. Like, this joint, I'm hit for real. When I look at this picture, I'll be like, yo, you hit. Like, you banged up, boy. You got to get under that. Wait, again. This joint, the jean jacket doing what it's supposed to do. I think I was all right in this joint, but I remember it's like I'm a little hit in this joint for my standards. For where I was once upon a time in America, I was a fucking machine. And that story checks out too. You know, that joint right there, I probably was like 250 right there, but I don't think it's a good 250. But the shirt is where it's at. This joint, I don't know. Certain people might look and be like, no, you in pretty good shape, but I'm not. I'm looking at this joint's. No, I ain't. I was cool in that joint, but now this joint right here, I think this was like early on. I think I was in pretty good shape in this. I can't really see, but I'm trying to think of the time. Like I was good. You know what I'm saying? I was good. I was moving around like I was supposed to be moving around like a bull who used to work out how he worked out. You know what I'm saying? 400 or 500 burpees nonstop, all that type of shit. I don't know, this picture right here, I'm just cool. You know what I'm saying? I like this picture. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I was a little out of pocket. I see my stomach right there, yo. Like, so I say all that to say, like, I'm definitely about to get back in the gym. Shout out to my brother Rock. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dr. Wilson Fathership Foundation. And then again, like I was saying, I think I went off on a tangent again, but it's one of those days. I do PAR, participatory action research. Shout out to the Hood Feminist. Check her out on Instagram. Shout out to Brooklyn. That's the same person. She's a PhD. She's a doctor. Young black lady doing her ones and twos for black people. Yasser Arafat Payne, Dr. Payne. Excuse me. Brooklyn. She's a professor at MD. Dr. Payne is a professor at UD. They definitely going. I wish I had a copy of the book to show y'all. They're going to be coming up to the show next week. Hopefully everything go, because I got a new number. I haven't been able to get in contact with them. So if y'all watching the show, you know what I mean, definitely do that for me. My new number is 267-978-1636. That's my new number. So it's 267-978-1636. Something is telling me it might be 975. Let me see. But I think it's 978. 267-97. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, they coming on the show next week. You know, we're going to talk about the book. I ain't going to tell y'all the name of the book. I already told y'all who coming. But then again, no. Let me see. Let me make sure. Because I want to promote the book at all times. So I think it's Murder Town. But I'm going to look on Instagram right now. So, you know, if y'all watching, Carlita, if you watching, don't forget, I definitely need the number. Dr. Payne, Dr. I always I'm going to just say Brooklyn, the Hood Feminist, because I always get it mixed up of whether it's Hitchens or Hutchins. So I apologize, Brooklyn, for always getting it mixed up or which one it is. But like I said, shout out to Coach Rock, you know what I'm saying? Ken Rock. I'm definitely coming to the workout tonight after the show. Excuse me, y'all. My bad. That was so rude. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, here she go right here. Pop right on up. Let me see if she got the book in her stories. She got it somewhere on her Instagram, though. The Hood Feminist. Make sure y'all look that up. You know what I'm saying? Another black woman doing her thing, master's degrees and all that type of stuff. PhD, my fault. Let me see. But I gotta get the name of the book, yo, because I know it's somewhere in here. So I'm looking at her Instagram so I can tell y'all. I can't wait for them to come up. Okay, so the name of the book is Murder Town, USA. And that's talking about the gun violence in Delaware. In particular, I think it's Wilmington, Delaware. And PAR has been getting busy. Shout out to the whole PAR team in Delaware. They've been getting busy out there for like the last 10 years. And again, it goes back to that whole thing about controlling the data. You know, the ones who got the data makes policies. They come up with the ideas. You know what I mean? It's really, they sway what's going on in our communities with these narratives that they create from data. Policies that they create, books get written, you doing book tours, you doing presentations, you really affecting policy, politics. You know, people are hiring you for the information as an expert. For me, one of the biggest things that stood out to me doing this research and being a research associate, even though it's been like a little spotty the last month or two because of all the other stuff I'm doing with CCIP and with Cornerstone and Eddie's House overall and just my life. But I'm not swaying away from it. We getting close to crunching the numbers and starting to do these presentations and so forth and so on. I can't wait to be able to chop it up about the information and what I learned from it. And doing these interviews with these young folks, because I definitely, like I said, I need 6 more interviews to finish up. You get $30 an interview. The interview take about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I got a couple people lined up, but I got to, figure out how to get to them, because that's really been my thing more than anything, figuring out how to get to people and being able to move around with the time and everything, and really had that time allotted to knock 2-3 of them off, because that's what I was doing at first, you know what I'm saying? Then it picked up with what I'm doing as far as with Eddie's house and everything. So having that control over that data is so important for our community. And being able to do this research with PAR is like, it's a different type of thing for me, because a lot of like researchers and professors, especially if they talking about, African information, they like my celebrity. So, seeing that they were able to write this book, and we'll be able to write a book, and we'll be able to write op-eds and stuff like that, and write little essays on it and things of that nature, and be able to, write books with people. And then the thing that stands out to me all the time, outside of being able to present the information and being able to wax poetic about it, so to speak, in different places, and really have lived it and understand it, and really want to use this information to transform my people and push them forward. It's just dope to be able to be in this space. You know what I'm saying? Me coming from where I come from, and having this opportunity. But but again, the name of the book is Murder Town, USA. And it's Brooklyn. I'm gonna get it right because I'm looking at her Instagram. Where is her name at though? Hold on. But it's Dr. Yasser Arafat Payne and Brooklyn Hitchens. Wow, Brooklyn, how I keep messing this joint up? Yo, like, what's going on here? I gotta tap into this right here. Where, and then I got this stupid screen thing going on my phone. And I don't know how to fix it. So, okay, here it go. Hardcover, $120. It's a real read. Brooklyn Hitchens. That's so Brooklyn. I apologize. It's Hitchens. Kindle is $36, and I'm really excited about this. I'm having a conversation tomorrow about doing a book fair in August, and it'll be a small book fair. But I know I'm going to have a symposium, with some of the black professors that I know. Shout out to Wasima. I was trying to figure out a question that I could ask. And the question is like, what does the red, black, and green flag actually mean to us? You know what I'm saying? Like, and having these folks on that are historians, so forth and so on, and talk about, like, where do the flag come from, and how do we really look at this, and do we even really care, and how much do we need it? What was the purpose for it initially? Like, it's a lot that goes into that flag, and I just, that was a great question to bring up, and I was looking for a question. So shout out to Wasima Young, It's All Love, at It's All Love. She Philly Financial Codes, do life insurance stuff like that. And she a part of our CCIP team. So so it was just dope that had that question pop up, and now I want to do the symposium around it. My brother Rock, and you know how they say you speak things in existence. So and I believe that, and my brother Rock, he most likely gonna be the moderator of this symposium. It'll probably be Dr. Wilson, my brother Kimba. I gotta reach out to him. He a professor at Medgar Evers College in New York. He been on the show before. He actually was on the show with the PAR team, which was dope. You know what I mean? Dr. Hitchens, she's going to be another professor on there. And I'll probably try to find another professor to put on there, black professors, male or female. I might even reach out to my brother Jamie, because he teaches. He not necessarily, but he actually is a professor now. He teaches guerrilla altruism at Temple University. And he's been in this nonprofit space, and he has a lot of information about our culture, even in other spaces where you wouldn't think, like, do the red, black, and green mean anything politically to us? You know what I'm saying? As far as representing it in the chambers of Congress, you know what I mean? Like, this is what we represent. You know what I'm saying? This is what we fight for in these places, as a congressperson or a city council person or the like. So I might, and I'm really looking for another woman professor, because I'm trying to think. I'm sure I know some. I know a lot of women with masters, so that might be a option as well when it comes to that question. But I'm gonna figure it out. I'm trying to definitely look forward to having it like in the last week of August. But more than anything, I want to find some people, black folks who are writing books about black culture, black experience, kind of like the Harlem Book Fair. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm taking it from, but just at a much smaller level. And we'll have the symposium. I was asking Ken to, do a lecture of some sort for maybe about an hour, and then we'll do a Q&A after, the symposium, let them talk about the issue for a while, and then we'll ask questions at the end of it. I'm going to do spoken word, probably, 2 to 4 spoken word artists, and, because it ain't going to be all day. You know what I mean? But we can string it on as long as people are enjoying themselves and want to be there. And we're going to do it at Cornerstone, 2321 North Broad Street. Utilize the courtyard. I have to reach out to the other artists, but I know my brother Twiz. I gotta get with him about we're gonna have to kind of do like a semi-art show in the back, use the offices and stuff like that. Just had an art prop there, because the way the building is, you can go in a 365 circle, so people can go around and be looking in the rooms, looking at the art, and at the same time come back around to somebody and be in the multi-purpose room doing spoken word. In the courtyard, we'll have people who are selling their books, so I'm looking for black folk who are selling, who have written books, and it don't even have to be like you just wrote it. Like, if you got some copies, 10, 20 copies, and you want to bring it out and have a stand and talk about your book and sell your product, I'm with it, and that's what I'm looking for. I don't really have a number of the amount of people that do that, but however many people I can get that wrote all different kind of books. They don't have to be like history books or what I would say like scholarly book, but just black people writing about the black experience, you know what I'm saying? Or black people writing about stuff, you know what I'm saying? From our perspective, that doesn't necessarily have to be like this is the black experience, even though we take that wherever we go. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, you're putting the black experience into it. So I'm gonna get some folks. I definitely want to get folks to give out books, particularly books about our people. You know what I mean? If I can get in contact with some lot. So I'm making a few connections here and there. It's not on, I don't really think I have to go too much into like the catering arena. We not, but I'm gonna definitely have food, refreshment, stuff like that in the different spaces. But it's really one of those things where it's like, I used to watch a lot of book TV upstate. The Harlem Book Fair was always something that, I have to go out there and experience. I went to the Schomburg. Shout out to Rita. I really appreciate that experience. I went to the Schomburg. That was so dope to me. I got to go back out there, but I got to go to the Harlem Book Fair. And they usually have it in July. I might have missed it already, or it might be this weekend coming up. I'm not sure. But if I remember properly, it usually be, one of the first 2 weeks in July. But I used to watch a lot of book TV, and I used to like watching people would come and have book readings. You know what I'm saying? And talk about their book and talk about what they was going on in their lives when they wrote the book, why they wrote the book, where they get the information. I'm very big on bibliography. We need bibliographies and everything. Like, we need to know where people got their information from. I think Instagram, people need to start telling, when you get up on there and start talking about a particular thing, and people are very impressionable, because a lot of people are coming to this realization that they've been lied to. And now they don't know where to go, and any type of information can become valid to them, because now they got to re-study all of this stuff, because they thought they was at a certain point in their lives because of the information they had, and then come to find out the shit was a lie. So now that could leave you believing even more false shit. So I think, bibliographies, and my brother Rock, you know what I'm saying, was like, make sure you tell them the bibliography is that part of the book that tell you where the person got all the information from for the book. That's the bibliography. So I need more bibliography on Instagram. Like, I need more people telling people the information that they telling them, because that's okay. But then be very intentional and very diligent, you know what I'm saying, about telling them, how did you get to this point? Like, I'll tell you, a lot of the stuff I say come from me reading John Henry Clark. Who betrayed the world revolution. Come from me reading Haki, who betrayed the world African revolution. I think that's how the book go. But you can read anything, and I tell people, because I read multiple books by John Henry Clark. Just look him up. You could just even, how it is, you could just go on Jones and listen to him talk, because he got lectures that were recorded. You could go read just press readings about him. And there's a variety of different ways to get the information from John Henry Clark. Just like Sheikh Auntie Diop, Diop. You know what I'm saying? Look him up. He got a lot of stuff. Sheikh Auntie Jop is the person that did the study on bones to find out whether the person was melanated or not, whether they were black or white, so we can know who these indigenous people were in these different areas. Read anything by Sheikh Auntie Jop, and it will tell you the story of our people. Like, read Hakeem Madhubuti, and he will tell you the history of our story. Like, he was talking about what China doing around the world in the 70s. I read a book about him talking about how they had a different strategy on how they was going to get into Africa. His name is Hakeem Madhubuti. You could look it up. I know right now my brain is not working to the point where working right where I'm spell his last name. I could spell it out, but I'm kind of running with it right now. But it's Hakeem Madhubuti. And he has a book called Single, Obsolete, and Dangerous. That's the first book I read by him. Single, Obsolete, and Dangerous. The other joint is like A Crisis in Africa. I don't remember what the name of the book was, but it was so dope of a read, because he was talking about how the Europeans came into Africa with the Bible and the sword. And with the age and with Chinese folks in particular, Asian folks, but Chinese in particular, they came in with skill set and investment. So they was like, all right, we gonna train y'all. We gonna buy this building. So now we got equity in your country. So we gonna buy this building. We gonna start this business, but we gonna train y'all to work for us. Versus religion and the sword, torture and fucking with your spirituality. So they said, nah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna be vicious. Because we see how the European getting pushed back. We gonna slide in, overpopulate your country. We gonna put a whole bunch of our people, because we always need places to send people because we have so many people. You know what I'm saying? So foreign policy is sending 500,000 Chinese folks to your country. And they buy businesses and they start voting and they become citizens, and then they have a power structure in your country. You know what I mean? And by the time you realize it, like, they really are solidified in your country, but they still have that connection back to China. They still have that connection to Mandarin and Cantonese and that Chinese flag. No matter where they at in the world. No matter even how they feel about their government all the time, because they don't all be fleeing China. But even if they are fleeing China, they still come into your country Chinese. And they still speak in Mandarin and Cantonese. And the flag that they still fly and all identify with is the Chinese flag. So, by the time you look up, they got a Chinatown. They got a bunch of and it don't even take a lot. Take a lot of them, but it's enough. Because they get firmly implanted into everything that your country does. Your politics, your business, everything. And they keep their own little section for themselves. Well, I'm not against. But he was talking about how you see Chinese folks in Jamaica right now, in Trinidad, different parts of the continent, all over America. Like, they done put their people in spaces, and now they running for governor and presidents in different places that they ain't from without shooting their guns. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy thing, man. But Hakeem Madhubuti talked about this in the 70s. He peeped the strategy in the 70s. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like Hakeem Madhubuti, you know, like I said, Sheikh Auntie Jop, Dr. Ben, look it up. Dr. Africa, you know what I'm saying? African holistic health. Everything that people were talking about, Sebi and Queen Afua, like, the first thing that I read, all of they got their information from, and they all quote this book, is Dr. Africa, Dr. O Africa. And always funny, because I was on that John, and I'm definitely getting back to that. My brother was like, you trying to make me a breatharian? We can't eat nothing. You know what I'm saying? African Holistic Health. Check that book out. We need to get back into that book. That's a political move. That's a security move right there. Get your health and your wealth together. That's another reason why I come on here and I talk about things how I talk about them, even when it's like I really don't. I'm not saying I shouldn't, because it's there. And I'm one of them people, I'm going to talk about it. Like, I want to hear myself. I want to hear what other people say. You know what I mean? Cool. Like, I know for a fact that's how I kept my sanity. I ain't talk to everybody, but the brothers that I talked to, I was very open. The people that I talked to on the phone, I was very open. because I needed to get this shit out. I needed to say what was going on, what was bothering me, what was happening. You know what I'm saying? I needed it. So when things happen on the streets, when things happen in my life now, I gotta, I gotta get it out. You know what I mean? And I feel like I got a lot of a nice amount. You know what I mean? More than I think normal, because I intentionally seek people out to be family with me. You know what I'm saying? I seek them out. So I just come on this John and I use it for my therapy, like I said. But the other thing I was saying about bibliographies and Instagram, yo, like please look stuff up, man. Ivan Van Sertima is another one. They came before Columbus. You know what I mean? African presence in early Asia and early Europe. The first Chinese dynasty was basically Twa people. They were African. The Shah was Buddha is a black man. Like, this shit is real shit. So, when we be on Instagram saying what we saying, and I'm not saying you can't motivate people or try to lead people, but be honest about the information. Don't twist it, and tell people where you got your information from, because they might get a different picture, and y'all might be able to come up with an even better understanding of it. Because Instagram could just be one of those people where people click on the shit and they just be believing it because it sound good and a person articulates and they saying certain information that you never heard before. And then you run with it like it's real, and then it takes so long for you to like unpack that shit and get the real shit if you gonna get, because you might unpack it and get some bullshit again. But that's why I'm saying go and read on this stuff. Look it up on your phone. Like your phone will give you a lot of information. Like I said, Queen Afua. Read Queen Afua. You know what I mean? Read it. Read anything from Bell Hooks, please. Anything. Get into it. Like it's a real thing, man. So I'm about to slide on up out of here. I appreciate y'all listening to me ramble. I hope I gave y'all some type of resource. You know what I mean? But talking about, kind of vaguely about shit going on in my life and shit. But this is PSA Philly Service Announcement. Takeover Tuesday, Takeover Love, Support, Grace, Social Activism, Resources, and Art. I am the assist, African supporting strength, inspiration, and success together. Shout out to the Queen, Raw Cannon, Nick, my sis, my right-hand sis. Shout out to the Cannon. Shout out to my brother Miles. Shout out to my brother Zuberi, man. Shout out to everybody at Cornerstone, CCIP family, Eddie's house. That's what we doing, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everything y'all doing out here. I appreciate y'all recognizing me. I'm going to keep recognizing y'all. And listen, man, I love y'all, man. I really do. I love y'all. All y'all is not never for it to be fucked up. If it was up to me, we all would be good. And that's what I strive for, even when I fuck up. So, yo, man, that's what we doing out here. I'm out. Good looking, too.
What be wrong with